So, good evening all. Good evening Lakshmi Prasanna. Good evening Hassan Basha. Is the audio and video clear? Good evening Lakshmi Prasanna. Is the audio and video clear? Just let me know in the chat if I can start the class. Just let me know in the chat if I can start the class. Okay, without any further delay of time, let us get into the paper discussion. So the first question on the screen we have, select the grammatically correct sentence. They are not asking incorrect, they are asking the grammatically correct one. The rider who met with an accident was not wearing a helmet, the police said. The rider who met with an accident was not wearing an helmet, the police said. A rider who met with the accident was not wearing the helmet. A rider who met with the accident was not wearing a helmet. So, which among the four options is right? Hello Shashank. So, try to answer this question, a easy question. So, hope all of you would be getting the right answer. Vamsi says option number 2. Okay. More students to respond. Hassan Basha also says option B. So, sad to inform you that here an accident and helmet. For an accident it may be right, but for helmet we should not use an. So, option 2 gets eliminated. Coming to the first one, A accident can be eliminated. A rider who met with the accident was not wearing the helmet. Here there is no need of using the for the helmet. Here the rider who met with the accident was not wearing a helmet. So option 4 is right. Next question. Appropriate meaning of the given idiom. Gift of the gab. This is most important idiom. It has been repeated in SSC in previous papers as well. So what does the idiom gift of the gab means? Shashank says option 4. Figures of speech. Any more options? So there are no other options. The gift of gab means fluency of speech. If a person speaks in a orderly and elegant manner, then we can say he is the gift of a gab. So fluency of speech is called as gift of the gab. Select the correct homonym to fill in the given sentence. I will just dash some figures for comparison. I will just sit, cite, cite and cite. So Which of the following must be kept in the given blank to make it a proper answer? Shashank says 3, site, SITE. Okay. Ram Nikita also says C, which is site. Hasan Basha also says C, site. So the correct spelling of site is not SITE but rather CITE. So I will just cite some figures. Cite in the sense giving some figures is called as cite. So option C is wrong and option 2 is right. Please make a note of this. The following sentence has been split into segments and find the segment which contains an error. Do you want to join us for lunch? I am sorry. My physics class will start at 1 p.m. and doesn't finish till 3 p.m. So I guess easily you would be finding the error in the sentence. Which part is containing the error? Why is in the chat active? Sunita says 3 and doesn't finish till 3. Somu says 3. Shashank says 4. Swatika says 3. Hasan Basha says D. Uday says 3. So, if you observe carefully, one is having the error. My physics class is singular, and for singular nouns the verb must end with S or ES. My physics class will starts. My physics class will start at 1 p.m. is the right answer. So 1 is containing the error. Select the most appropriate synonym of the given word. Tedious. So what does tedious mean among these 4 options? AVS knowledge answered it right. 1 starts. Now coming to the 80th question, which is the synonym of tedious in 4 of these options? Uday Kumar says tiresome. More answers? Balaji says 1, tiresome. Ram Nikita says A. Iconoclast says 3, repetitive. Sunita says 2. So tedious means bored or tired is called as tedious, and tiresome is the correct synonym for the given word. Then select the most appropriate antonym of the underlined word. He just needs to calm down a wee bit. So he needs to calm down a wee bit. So what is the opposite of calm down? Hi Imtiaz, I am doing great. How about you? Hasan Basha says A, understand. Imtiaz says B, agitate. Swatika says 2, Iconoclast says 2, Sunita says 2, Ram Nikita 2, Kalyan says 2. So yeah, calm down, opposite of calm down is making someone angry. which means agitate. It means making someone feel angry or rage is called as agitate. Most appropriate synonym of the underlined word. The benevolent. The benevolent gesture of the rich merchant was appreciated by all. So, what is the synonym of benevolent? So, Uday Kumar says generous. Great to hear, Imtiaz. Suchitra says 3. Iconoclast says 1. Balaji says generous. Shashank says 1. Swatika says 1. Ramnikita says 1. So, benevolent. Here the word bene means good. Bene means good and male means bad. Make sure to remember these two words because many of the words have benevolent and malevolent. So, benevolent means it is a positive gesture. Benevolent gesture of the rich merchant was appreciated by all. So, same meaning of benevolent is generous. Being kind is called as generous. So, 1 is right. Yes, Hassan Bash answered 1. Balaji answered 1. EVS knowledge answered 1. Select the most appropriate synonym of the word in the brackets to fill in the blank. He is very dash to join the Air Force. Eager. We must find the synonym of eager. Irksome, keen, dubious or unconcerned. Enthusiastic. No. Keen. So yeah, eager means wanted to learn something new is called as eager. And keen also means interested in something. Then select the option that expresses the given sentence in passive voice. The company is launching a new product next month. So the company is launching a new product next month. But we don't have the option enthusiastic here. So if there was an option enthusiastic, then we must have selected. But among these 4 options, keen is the most suitable one. We will provide Varaprasad. So Satvika says 1, Iconoclast says 2, Balaji says 2. The new product will be launched by the company next month. A new product is being launched by the company next month. The launching of a new product by the company is next month. Next month the company will launch a new product. Satvika says 2, AVS knowledge says 2. So option 2 is right answer. Coming to the first one, the new product will be launched by the company. So here we have the tense in continuous form and here it is in future tense. So we can eliminate option 1. Coming to the third option, the launching of a new product by the company is next month. Formation is wrong itself. Next month the company will launch a new product. This is not at all in passive voice. So the suitable one is 2, which follows all the rules and conditions. A new product is being. So whenever we have a sentence in continuous form, then being must be added. Is being launched by the company next month. So option 2 is right. Hassan Basha, Anil Kumar, Ramnikita answered it right. Select the most appropriate meaning of the given idiom. Get into a scrape. Get into a scrape. What does get into a scrape means? Not Telegram Varaprasad, we will be providing it in the description. Soon we will be uploading all the PDFs so that you can check it from there. Balaji says involved in the problem. Option 4. Diksha says option 4. Uday says option 1. Iconoclast says 4. Satvika says 4. AVS knowledge says 4. So get into scrape means involved into a problem. Select the option that can be used as a one word substitution for a given group of words. Person who betrays his own country is called as. Good evening, Anudipti. So, person who betrays his own country. Yes. Uday Kumar, Balaji. Iconoclast says 3. No, the correct option is option 2, traitor. Traitor is a person who betrays his own country. And can I ask what is the opposite of traitor? What is the opposite word of traitor? Any guesses? Shaha. So, what do you think is the opposite word of traitor? Yes, Diksha answered it right. So, patriot. Patriot is a person who is ready to sacrifice his life for the nation, whereas traitor is a person who is ready to betray his own country. Select the incorrectly spelled word, sorry. So, divide, provide, subside and confide. So, which of the following options is incorrectly spelled? So, High Court exam may be in most probably in the month of August, I guess. So, Uday Kumar gave it divide as the right answer. Iconoclast says 3, which is wrong. Balaji answered it right. Ramnikita says C, which is wrong. So, correct answer is divide. Satvika answered it right. Manikanta right. Madhu right. Sunita right. AVS knowledge right. Hassan Basha and Anil Kumar answered it right. So, option 1 is incorrectly spelled. So, coming to the paragraph question, we have these four sentences and we must arrange them in a right form so that it forms a suitable paragraph. But at the same time, this is also true that when one reads a few works of the same genre, one naturally comes to know a rough structure of that genre. The essence of suspensive is whether the reader will be able to gauge the criminal before the detective tells who he is. This leads to a different kind of approach to understanding literature in general and detective fiction in particular. It is found that when one knows a genre and its structure and rules, it may often not make us enjoy a piece of literary work in the same manner as one usually does. So, among these four sentences, which sentence contains the intro or parajumble? So, among these four options, which option do you think? Sorry, among these four sentences, which sentence do you think contains the introduction of the paragraph? Yes, it will be too lengthy and you must read it in time. So, what do you think is the introduction to this paragraph? So, once if you find the introduction or parajumble, then it would be easier for you to eliminate the options and make it more simpler. Iconoclast says C contains the parajumble. Anudipti says B contains the parajambal. Satvika says D contains the parajambal. Hasan Basha says B contains parajambal. So Satvika said it right. D contains the parajambal, as it tells that it is found that when one knows a genre and its structure and rules, so it is giving us a clarity about the genre, structure and rules. From that D we will be getting all these in the order. So let us see which of the following options contain D in the first place. D is here, and on all these options there is no D at the first. So we can eliminate all those three. So option 1 is right. D, A, C and B. So D, A, C, B is the right form of paragraph. Select the most appropriate option that can substitute the underlined segment. In today's digital age, information is widely available to everyone by many means of media such as television, newspaper, films or social media. So by many means, this underlined segment can be substituted by which of these following options: with quite enough of mechanics, through any strategies, via various forms, among many techniques. So which option can be substituted in place of many ways? Balaji says via various forms. Uday also says same. Lucky says 3. Satvika says 3. AVS Knowledge says 3. Diksha says 3. Anudipti says 3. So by many means can also be substituted with the place of via various forms. Then select the incorrectly spelled word. Incorrectly spelled word. Bona fide, cultural, solution and trustworthy. Easy one. So 3 is right. Solution. Yes, Lucky answered it. Iconoclast answered it right. Balaji answered it right. Diksha answered it right. Now coming to this, how you will tell your friend that someone has picked Suman's pocket in passive voice. Someone has picked Suman's pocket in passive voice. Someone has been picked Suman's pocket. Suman's pocket had picked. Suman's pocket been picked. Suman's pocket has been picked. Uday Kumar says has been picked. Iconoclast says 1. Lucky says 4. Satvika says 4. Diksha says 4. Vignan says 4. AVS Knowledge says 4. Ram Nikita says A. Priya says 4. So 4 is the right answer. Has been picked, not being. Here we should not use being because there is no continuous tense there. Someone has picked Suman's pocket. So there is no continuous tense and no need of using the word being. So 4 is right. Select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank. Habitual may be replaced by stagnant, continual, holistic, temperate. Stagnant, continual, temperate and holistic. So habitual can be replaced with Uday Kumar says continual, Anudipti says continual, Vignan says 3, temperate. Hasan Basha says B, Iconoclast says 3, Lucky says 2, Priya says 3. So habitual means continuously happening and continual also means the same. So habitual can be replaced by continual. Satvika says A. Stagnant means not flowing. If you take a pond or well, the water is stagnant there, it does not flow. Whereas if you take the river, it does flows. So stagnant comes in that place. Ram Nikita says B. Yes, B is right. And holistic means whole. And temperate means excessive. So option 3 is incorrect and 1 is also incorrect. Option 2 is the right one. Yes, temperate means excessive, extreme. Then select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank. The match schedule was disturbed due to dash rains. Easy one. The match schedule was disturbed due to dash rains. Detestable rains, incessant rains, venerable rains, soothing rains. Anudipti says B. Hasan Basha says B. Satika says B. So incessant means non-stop. So was disturbed due to non-stop rains. So again we have a paragraph question. It could possibly lead to serious injuries. Hence a matter for N. Pongo became inevitable. Within the span of 1 year, N. Pongo grew double the size and the need to obtain a mate for him arose. For it becomes unsafe for the humans around. Every afternoon, he was brought out onto the lawn to show off his skills in front of his admirers. Owing to his attractive appearance and disposition, good manners, and a well-developed sense of humor, N. Pongo soon became the darling of the zoo. So, among these four, which of the following sentence contain the intro? Just try to guess the intro part. Lucky says CDAB. So, Uday Kumar, for this you don't need to remember anything. First, if you read the passage, there will be a sentence which you would be thinking that it would be the starting. Like generally in Telugu we have Anaganaga oka katha. Like that, in English also, if you read the 4 sentences, then you will find a sentence which gives the introduction of the whole passage. So first try to find out that passage. So first if you try to find that sentence, then you can eliminate all the options which does not contain that first letter. Hasan Basha says C. Satika says option A, DCBA. Iconoclast says 3. So which contains the introduction part? Which sentence contains the introduction part? Not asking the option, but which sentence? A or B or C or D? Just answer that. Which contains the intro part? Hasan Basha says C is the intro, but the intro is D. Hasan Basha. Here generally a larger paragraph gives you the first sentence because it would be continuous and it would be easy for you to go with the flow. So owing to his attractive appearance and disposition, good manners and a well developed sense of humor, Npongo soon became the darling of zoo. So D is the starting part of the paragraph. So let us see which of the options contain D. 1 contains and 2 contains. So 3 and 4 gets eliminated automatically. So among these two options, now you need to find the next part. So after this, here we have C, here we have A. Now let us substitute C there. Darling of the zoo. Every afternoon he was brought out onto the lawn to show off his skills in front of his admirers. And A tells that it could possibly lead to serious injuries. So there is no context between darling of the zoo and possibly lead to serious injuries. So D, C, B, A is the right answer. So D will be first, C, B and A, D, C, B, A. Option 1 is right. So let's go to the next question. Select the option that can be used as a one-word substitution for the given group of words. The study of evolution of mankind. The study of evolution of mankind is called as So Uday Kumar asked, what is disposition? Disposition means the qualities of man, thoughts and ideas of man is called as disposition. A person's inherent quality of mind and character. The study of evolution is called as anthropology. Yes, all of you answered it right. Anthropology is the right word. Now we have come to the last part of the test, which is cloze test. So first you must read this passage, and among these given blanks we must substitute these options. This book dash writing practice to preschoolers to help them learn to write of the English alphabet. Directional arrows dash with the letters and numbers guide children in writing. Dash and copying activities encourage children to read and write letters and numbers to count. Coming to the 96th one. This book dashed writing practice. This book provides writing practice, provide writing practice, is providing writing practice, had provided writing practice. Uday Kumar says provides. Iconoclast says 3, Satvika says 1. So Satvika and Uday Kumar answered it right. Previous, provides. So since the book is singular, this also must be singular. Having S in verb is singular and having no S is plural. So 96 1. To preschoolers to help them learn to write dash of the English alphabet, letter of the English alphabet, letters of the English alphabet, phases of English alphabet, words of English alphabet. So Hasan Basha says 2 letters. Uday Kumar says 2. Abhinaya says 3 phases. Satvika says 2. So alphabets are A to Z. So they are plural. And here letters are nouns. So for nouns, S is plural and this is singular. So 2 is the right answer. Directional arrows dash with the letters and numbers guide children in writing. Give directional arrows, give with the letters, giving with the letters, give with the letters, given with the letters. So which is the correct option for 98th one? Uday Kumar says given. Yes, Kalyan answered it right. Satvika says given. Vignesh also says given. So directional arrows given with the letters and numbers guide children in writing. Dash and copying activities. Traced, being traced, tracing or trace. Trace and copying or traced and copying. So for 99th, being traced, tracing won't be coming. So among 1 and 4, which of the following option is right? Sorry. I got confused. Here copying is there. So dash and copying activities encourage children to read and write. Yes, Uday. Tracing is right. I got confused with the next question. So tracing and copying both are in continuous form. Children to read and write letters and numbers, dash to count. So what is the 100th one? Children to read and write letters and numbers as well as to count, but to count, for to count, yet to count. So Satvika says 1, Ramnikita says D, yet to count. So here they are telling to read and write. So for to read and write letters and numbers. So why do we require letters and numbers? For reading as well as to count. So as well as 101. So Satvika answered it right, Abhinaya answered it right, Mercy Killer answered it right. So that's it for today's video. Hope you'll enjoy the session. See you guys in tomorrow's video. If you have any queries, put it in the chat box so that I could answer your queries. If you have any doubts, put it in the chat box. Welcome Mercy Killer. So if anyone is having any doubts, put it in the chat box, else I will end the session. So since no one is having any doubts, I'll conclude the session.